All right, so let's take a look at some weeds growing in the garden. And I'm just going to focus on the weeds. This is a celery, that's not a weed. But here is a weed, and this is a common mallow. And that really likes it here. This mallow really likes this location. And right beside it here, this is oxalis. Oxalis. That's its scientific name, and I don't know the common name actually, but it has yellow flowers. And if you're wondering what this is, that is not, doesn't have the yellow flowers right now, but you see those like clover-like things? Maybe it is a clover. When I see it, I hear the Latin name for some reason. This is our mint, and you'll see a mint. You can tell a mint because of its square stalk. If you can see the square stalk, and its minty smell, and they have opposite leaves. Mallows look like this, like one fan of a leaf. So I use Thomas Elpel's Botany in a Day, another mallow, to help me identify what weeds I have in the yard. This is grass, Bermuda grass probably, or whatever grass I started out with. There's that. This is probably a pea. You'd have to wait in the spring till it forms its little buds, pea flowers, to see if it is indeed a wild sort of pea. But it's not like the cultivated peas that we eat. I'm sure this is also edible and nutritious for you in your salads. Let's see. What else can we find here? Do you guys know what this is? This is pretty common. This is the baby dandelion, right? The ones that we try to kill. I'll go over here. There's more of those. This is a different kind of pea growing in with my stone crop. This is a succulent. This for sure has pea. I know for sure this is a wild pea as well. These are miner's lettuce. You can eat these. These are really good. These are not not necessarily weeds. Now, you don't need to know every single thing that's in your yard. You just need to notice. Like, for instance, this one. I don't know what this is. I really don't. Maybe it's some sort of a mint as well. I have to actually smell it. I think it is a mint, and then look at it and see, does it have a square stalk? It is probably a kind of mint, and you have to wait and see what the flower looks like before you can identify it. I think this is chickweed. Chickweed. This one's very edible and nutritious. And let's see. I know I have some clover. There it is. There's clover. And clover is really good legume. So when you see it growing in your yard, don't be so eager to pull it all out, because it fixes nitrogen for you. And these flowers, as soon as they start blooming again, they'll be early. You see how it's in the dead of winter now, but the earliest pollinators will benefit from that clover having blooms so early because it's established. And I have a rumex here. This is a weed that I keep on growing. That is just a big eyesore, I think, but I just keep on growing because it always comes back. I tried cutting it out. I tried eating the leaves. I tried harvesting the leaves and putting them in stuff and juices. And I think this is dock. So I don't know if it's a burdock, but some sort of a rumex family. This is another mint. I think this is oregano. Sometimes sometimes in the year it smells like oregano, and some other times of the year it doesn't actually. But there, it's funny how many things we can see in our garden just by looking at it. I'm sure in the grass area we'll see even more. So you go out and you go and look at your yard and see what you can find. And if you can identify any of them, and if you don't, just remember what they look like and come back to that book, Botany in a Day.